All right, an exciting time, and I know a busy time for you in the Weather Center.
Yeah, I know. We had these thunderstorms fire up across the northern part of the state. We have some tornado warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings, so let's get right into it. Red box is tornado warning. You have the yellow box, which is a severe thunderstorm warning. It's basically one cluster of storms that is to the north of Alexandria. So you can see it right here's Alexandria. Here's further to the north. A lot of lightning with this, rumbling right on through Bemidji right now. Zooming in a little bit closer, we are now down to 2 tornado warnings. These are your tornado warning boxes that are in place. These are radar indicated tornadoes. These storms are moving off to the east, and we have the tornado warning in place for Cass and Crow Wing counties, and then also a little bit further off to the south. This does include Cross Lake. So of course, if you are in these red boxes, make your way to your safe place. We also have the severe thunderstorm warnings in place. It's all for this cluster of storms here. This is where we have the orange, so including Brainerd all the way up into Deer Lake. This is a severe thunderstorm warning for Aiken, Cass, and Crow Wing counties. Hail size 2-inch diameter hail, and also 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts possible with these storms. And you can see kind of a bow to this. So that is indicating when we often watch for that strong thunderstorm wind that could be coming out of this. Here's the timing as this does continue to progress further off to the east. About 40 mile per hour with the direction and the speed of this storm. So making its way toward Crosby at 12:37 p.m. Aitken getting close to 12:55 p.m. Grand Rapids about 1:14 if the storm does hold together. Now zooming it out, here's where we have the cluster of storms here to the north. Here's the metro. Here's where we have a frontal boundary in place, and then we have a cold front off to the west. This brings the secondary storm chance coming up here tonight. So here's our next future radar. Here's what we have on the map now on the radar that I just showed you. This is your future radar timing that group of storms out over the next couple of hours, continues to swing off to the east, and then we basically kick it out of there. Hot and humid for your Monday. Then we bring in our next storm chance. This is coming up here heading into tonight, looking across the western part of the state of Minnesota. So we're past the evening commute, past dinner time, past sunset. Storms start to push their way toward the metro even as we get closer to 10 p.m. Models are even pushing it back closer to midnight, but we do have a thunderstorm chance rolling through overnight tonight going into tomorrow. Any of those storms that do fire up are in the orange here. 2 out of 5 severe weather threat. That does include the metro area. That's for that second round tonight. High 10 today, 95. Average is 82 this time of year. So we're at 95 for a very hot temp. And then you have this on top of it. Humidity levels, dew points swampy in the 70s. Makes sure feels like temp for today, close to 105. It's a little breezy out there, but it's so hot. It's just blowing hot air in the face. Doesn't really help too much. But winds out of the south, gusting close to about 30-35 miles per hour. Not much of a reprieve from the heat tonight, so that kind of compounds the issue with the heat. 73 for a warm low tonight in the Twin Cities, and then tomorrow back to the 90s. 93 your forecast high there coming up tomorrow. Out of all of these days, tomorrow looks like our best shot at staying dry. It'll still be hot though, and of course it will still be humid. So with those high temps in the low 90s, add a few degrees like mid, maybe upper 90s for those feels like temps. And then again, those lows are in the 60s. Now we do continue to see the temps kind of drop a little bit, trying to help us out, but we're still in the 90s all the way through the work week. And also it's a hot and humid day, and then we have a storm chance basically each of those days. And it's an all or nothing type of weather pattern where we're either going to be just hot and dry, or if the storms fire up, then we could reach severe levels pretty fast like what we're seeing now. For the weekend, Saturday, still tracking a thunderstorm chance, high temps in the 80s there.